Hello and welcome back to the Kerbal Space program. My name is WWEdeadman, but you already know that we've landed our Eve return, or escaper, Eve escaper, I think I dubbed it, our Eve return vehicle on Eve, and I'm pretty sure that this thing can actually get off of Eve and into orbit. All we need to do now is design a little plane that can take our Kerbal over to the escaper, and yeah, that's pretty much what we're doing right now. So we definitely need a cockpit and a remote control unit, maybe an SAS unit, and fuel. Of course, rocket fuel, since we're going to Eve. And Eve does not have a breathable atmosphere, therefore it does not have oxygen to burn. If I just make it like that. Yeah, I think that's okay. And a LV909 would be the appropriate engine, I think. Then, of course, wings. And I'm gonna go ahead and say, put these on here. And put these back here. Would you stop angle snapping for a second? This is really annoying. Okay. Can't start angle snapping again. Like that. And another pair of delta wings out here. And then we need, of course, control surfaces. Right here. And a bunch of strutting work to make this not flutter in the wind. Should be okay. Yep. And then we need a tail wing kind of thing. Get that up like that. And make that only yaw. And these pitch and roll and no yaw. Good. I think that should work. Let's look at our center of thrust, mass and center of lift. Okay, we need more lift in the front, but that's always a thing that we have in things like this. That's the wrong thing I didn't want. That's the thing I wanted. No. Canards. Completely irrelevant in which direction they face. I'm gonna put them here, I think. Yeah. That should be okay. 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 Back. And get rid of that. Since I need to get this over to the vehicle assembly building, I need this to be on the part that I can actually use as a sub-assembly, so... Oh, God. I'm about to just turn on your frickin' thing with the part clipping. Yeah, I think that should actually work as a plane. If we manage to actually make the tank in the back drain first, we should get... No. That's actually the right way around. If we drain here first, the center of mass gets back. So having that a little bit further back is actually a good idea. And then we need wheels. Wheels. There we go. No angle snap. And make sure they stand pretty far back. But not so far back. Because then that can't actually take off. Good. That should be good. And then we need one. Wait, no. Like this. You can actually... Really? Actually, ankle snap. But you need disabled brakes and unlocked steering. Actually, you need to be a little bit further back too. Like here. Since I want to rip all of that off. Because cockpit is not something that can go into sub-assemblies. I think this is okay. We can take this for a little test flight. Call this the Eve Taxi Mark II, since we already had a Mark I in a previous series. Oh yeah, ladder. That needs a ladder. That definitely needs a ladder. Okay, extend that ladder. And make it... Oh god. What did I do? What did I do? There we go. And make it go away a little bit so that this actually works. Retract that ladder. Of course, we want this on action group number 2. Oh, and of course we need a bunch of these. So we wanna not angle snap. And maybe just put a few of these on here. A few of these, maybe 1 or 2 here, and a few down here. Like there, 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 and there. And maybe there. Okay. And a bunch of batteries. Right on here. That should do. Okay. Save and try to fly this. Of course, we're gonna go ahead and let Bill Kerman get the test flight in, since Jebediah is still in space. we gotta get those guys up, down from the station and from that thing that's still orbiting with Jebediah. Because none of that actually has any form of parachute. Gotta get an empty space plane up there some point in the future. Maybe. Maybe not. I don't know. SAS on. And try a little night launch here. This should easily be enough thrust to take off. This should also take off completely by itself, since it's slated or like slightly slanted down. You don't want to fly, do you? There we go. Gear. Okay, this engine is too weak for the weight. I mean, it still might work on Eve, for all I know. So I'm gonna go ahead, get a little bit of fine tuning in here to make this go at a more normal, in a more normal way than it did up till now. We're gonna turn around and land again. X. Flare pitch. And okay. Lands fine. And I think we are free to say put this on a rocket and send it over to Eve. Recover. Okay. So we're gonna go back in here, load that thing up, and put it in the sub-assemblies. Sub-assemblies. Boom. Nothing keeps on there, unlike... unfortunately, the ladder still is on there. And I don't actually know whether that works or not. So, okay, that's gonna be just fine, I think. We're just gonna get the ladder on there anyway. I don't know. Somehow we're gonna get the Kerbal in there, and if I have to hack gravity, I don't care. The ladder should work. Eve taxi. Oops. Anyway, save. Exit. Put that on a rocket and save it. For now. Okay. For this thing, of course, we're gonna go ahead and say we're not gonna put any, we're not gonna do the gravity turn until we need to, since this is gonna have the bad habit of not wanting to, to stay at the angle that I put it at if I go into the gravity turn. So this is gonna flip out, most probably. You're gonna start these retracted, like all the gear. And we're gonna launch this with a rocket. Decoupler. Of course, this also needs the engineer. Just gonna go ahead and put that on here. Okay. And we're gonna put a ladder on here. Ladder? Ladder. Extend. And then make it go sideways. Should be fine. Retract the ladder. Have that on action group 2 for extend, or actually for toggle. No, not for God. Anyway, under that we need let's see. If we put something like this here and something like, let's say, the LVT-45, that's a thruster weight of 1.15, that's okay. Then again, the thing is, I want this to get over without any docking or anything. So we need another thing that has like the delta V to get it over to Eve. So we might wanna add instead an LV909 and see how much delta V that has. 1,000. That's not enough. Nuclear engine, almost 2,000. That's definitely enough. And then we're just gonna go a little bit overboard on the whole launcher to make this leave at least the sphere of influence of Kerbal or something, I don't know. Yeah, I guess if we were to put a normal long tank under that and a LV-45 or something, that's not gonna have enough. Yeah, that's not enough. The LVT-30, not enough power. So I'd say, how about if we do that with half a tank? Not that that would be a lot of thrust. That's only 300 delta V. No. Then we're gonna go bigger from here. And while we're at it, we're gonna make this, and from here to here. Okay. And just so we have something that holds this in place, actually you can go ahead and be like, yeah, 3 is okay. I guess. and another 3 in the other direction. This should hold this stable. Then that and a skipper. 1.6. Okay. Under that, this and a mainsail. 1.8. 5,000 delta V. This should almost be enough to get into orbit. So I'm just gonna go ahead and say we're gonna do... I clicked out of the fucking game. Be right back. I hate when that happens, and I mean, I wouldn't hate it as much if KSP wasn't so stupid that it crashed when I tried to click back in. If the game closed down like that, while I'm recording with Thraps. Eve Taxi Mark II rocket. Save. So as I wanted to say, I'm just gonna go a little bit overboard and say we're gonna put a space launch system under that. Just because. Now we have 8,000 delta V to get in. Oh wait, we have 6,000 delta V to get into orbit, and 8,000 and another 2,000 to get over to Eve, and then we have the delta V of this to be able to fly around Eve. At least that's the plan. Again, I'm just gonna put 6 struts here. And since I like to be a little bit more hefty on the launch pad, I'm gonna put the big boosters on here. Does that work? I think that's gonna kill me, so... I don't know why that fucking hydraulic manifold is actually so... fucking bad, because... I mean, it's a big decoupler, but it's so close to the rocket, it's not gonna be helpful at all, ever. And these are gonna make it go inwards, so I'm thinking no boosters. Then again, just make it. This is like a little bit over, I guess. Give me these and give me some Zapatrons to make sure that this actually works. Stop angle snapping. Okay. So I'd like this to be here and here. Kinda. I'd like these to be in that. Yep. I'd like this to be down here. This. I think that should be okay. And why are you copying the entire booster? Then we're gonna do this and this. And this. What? Why? Seriously, game. You're weird. Where's that? Oh, there. And if I'm not completely wrong, this should actually work the way I intended to work. Actually put that here and put that one like that. Okay. Save and oh yeah, launch clamps should be applied because stuff. And a bit of strutting work between this and this shouldn't hurt either. Respectively between here and here. And you should actually all be in the same stage as this thing. Good. Save. The launch of this is of course coming up when the Eve window arrives. We're really quickly going to create the capsule that's gonna get our Kerbal back. Which is simply going to be a capsule with a flight computer and a parachute. Shoot. We're gonna make sure that he has sufficient supply with electricity. We're gonna put like a rechargeable battery under it. Yeah, I wanna recover that if possible. Where the hell is my chutes? There. There we go. Would love to get to do that. Actually, how about you don't angle snap and we do this. Because then this is possible. Just thread these together and we're fine. Okay. Under that SAS unit, under that decoupler, and under that a transfer engine to and from Eve. Should be possible to do this with this amount of fuel. Also, I want a little bit of RCS on there, like this. This nice RCS thrusters to make this usable here and here. That should be enough to make this go into a rendezvous. And then we only need a thing that brings this over. So something that brings this up to orbit, not over to anywhere. And that's easily done by just putting on... Where's my adapter? One of these with a skipper. That's 2000 delta V, 2500 almost. And this, hey, with a mainsail. That's another 2000 delta V. And a bunch of solid rocket boosters to start this off. Like this, and then we're gonna of course again Sepatron the hell out of this. These please fire in here, and stop angle snapping. These also fire in here, please. here and here and actually more like fudge. More like here and here. Here. And here. And here. Good. Of course we need these to fire at the same time. Good. And put these in here. And we need a bunch of struts between here and here. And here and here. And between here and here. I think that's okay. Okay, we'll call this Eve return vessel. We're gonna add something more that I forgot. A Probodyne probe body. Right in here. Please, would you? Thank you. Really? You know what? Let's do this like that. Cubic octagonal. Good. Okay. I think this should be fine for a rescue on Eve. Only costs us 72,000. Okay, that's cool. And I will see you in the next episode for the Moho encounter, since our Moho ship is still on the way there. And after that, I guess we're gonna do the return from Eve. Yeah, we're gonna do the launch to Eve, the return from Eve. I'm gonna assume that our return vehicle and the Eve taxi get there within the time frame between the Kerbin Eve and the Eve Kerbin window. Or I'll actually have to wait for another Eve Kerbin window after that, which would be bad. Yeah, then the Duna return, and then we go to Dres and Elu, and then there is a manned mission to Lathe and a bunch of other Julian moons. I don't know what's up with this view of the thing, but yeah, glitches happen. In any way, I'll see you in the next episode. Till then, like and favorite if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, and until next time, I'm WWEdeadman. Bye!